The epic and unbeatable at Scrabble. The nerds with attitude.
Peace. Welcome to another good old rousing round of the N.W.A. Nerds with Attitude. I am Shin the Hero. I have Flores with him, Noah. He putting up Wu-Tang song. And we have OldHunterRage Isaac. Speaking of which, speaking of Wu-Tang, you remember in Day Shift, Noah, when Snoop Dogg at the end, he did the thing.
That's the worst movie ever. I was like, yo, why am I?
Anyway, that's not the movie we're talking about today. We're talking about CB, some wonderful animated movie. Who animated this? Do any of y'all know?
I have no idea. We about to Google it though, just for the video. Talking, go ahead.
As you see, people, we are 100%
Prepared.
prepared.
Yeah, I knew it.
At all times.
Netflix did it. Netflix produced it.
Oh, this was produced by Netflix?
It's one of those where, yeah, this was a
Yeah.
production company did it.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Oh, it was directed by the guy who, it was called Jacob and the CB?
That was
At first, yeah.
Then they retitled it to CBs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know this was a Netflix thing. Was this based off a movie or a book or anything, or was this original?
This was a totally original.
Oh,
I think it's original, yeah.
you know how these things normally go. We're gonna give us our quick 2 cents with no spoilers and everything, and then we'll teach you how to Dougie when we're talking about the spoilers and everything like that.
Don't you ever say
No?
teach you how to go.
No?
He's so old.
Yeah, we're going to teach you how to go. I don't know.
Noah, what is your quick 2 cents on the CBs?
Yeah. The CPs put me through a lot of emotion. I wanted this movie to, and every time I thought it was going to take a left turn, it took a right turn. And I wanted this movie to be really, really, and it turned out to be really, really good. I'm really happy because I was like, oh my god, no, this is about to happen, and I'm gonna hate it. Didn't happen. Didn't hate it.
Okay. Isaac.
I really enjoyed it. From like the first trailer, I was excited to watch it, and I felt the same way as Noah because I was like, oh, it's a Netflix only kind of thing. I fear that it's going to be subpar, or maybe just average. But watching it, I was like, you could have told me this was a Pixar or a DreamWorks movie, and I would have believed you immediately. Because it's beautiful, all the characters are fantastic, the music is great, the action is fun. It's an all around great movie to watch.
All right. So my quick 2 cents of it, I got forced to watch this because everybody was talking about it. But it's not a bad movie. I went in blind. I didn't watch no trailer or anything like that. And
I went in blind.
Once I got past some of the British accents, because everybody and their mama is British. Once I got past some of that, I was getting pretty thrilled and roped into it, especially when they were on anything dealing with the ship and they're fighting. When you actually see the fights, quote unquote, against the sea beast, I really enjoyed those. That was pretty cool. other than that, I mean, and the voice acting is pretty good too. Like the voice acting was good, and these characters were believable. Like towards the end, that one thing that happened with the main captain's right hand man, basically, or right hand woman, and what she did. I'm not gonna spoil it right now, but what she did, that was believable because like the little girl, Maisie, she got Dr. Martin Luther King vibes on her, man. She was straight talking to them. And some of the fights, like especially the sword-to-sword fight with Jacob and the captain and everything like that, that was pretty cool too. Like, there's some pretty cool stuff. Now, this just felt like, in my opinion, it felt like a watered-down version of How to Train Your Dragon. That's what it felt like.
Really? I didn't get those.
I got How to Train Your Dragon vibes too.
I could see that.
I can see why you say that, but it didn't get.
But yeah, I mean, and I like how how everybody's turn, quote unquote, happens. It happens gradually, and after they see everything like that, and then the big twist thing that happened in the end of the movie, I like that too. I did like that too. So and both though the whole time though, I was thinking these people was gonna have powers because it was called Sea Beast, the Sea Beast. And it was called these beasts and everything like that. I'm thinking Luffy was gonna come in, Gum Gatlin, one of the sea beasts, man. That's what I was thinking. That did not happen.
No, it's just Monster Hunter without all the big weapons and stuff.
Yes. There's also a great ass scene. We'll get into that in spoilers, but overall, I would recommend this movie. It's not a potato chip movie, like I told Noah about Day Shift. That's a potato chip movie. When I say potato chip movie, this is what I mean. You know how you grab a bag of potato chips or chips and you just eating them? You just moved over and just open the bag of chips and start eating them without you even thinking about it, and just start eating them, and then when you get done to the last chip line, you're not even looking at yourself eating it, and you just eating. You get to the bottom of the bag, it's empty. You crumble up the bag and then just throw it somewhere, and you forgot you ate chips, man. Like throughout the day, like, did I eat? Did I eat? No, I don't think I ate. That's what Day Shift is. The Sea Beast is not that. The Sea Beast is like a lunch. Yeah, you had a good lunch and you remember that, man. Like, that's what Sea Beast is.
No, I would say it's a good. You went out for dinner. It's a little more expensive than it tastes, but it was good food. It was good food. You're glad you went, cause before you go, it's like, damn, it's expensive. I could just go to Burger King, but you go to this nice restaurant. I was like, yeah, I'm glad I went.
Still sounds like lunch. But we're about to get into these spoilers right now. We're going to be talking about the stuff that we liked, stuff that we didn't like, characters, the plot, which it was a strong plot. So if you're still here after the spoilers, I'm doing this, wax on, wax off. After this, or during this, while these spoilers, if you're still here, you're my type of person. Now let's get into these spoilers. Spoilers. I'm going to go off and rip. My favorite scene is when the captain with the peg leg just yeeted himself off his ship with that harpoon in his hand and stabbed that one that one monster that was fighting. He looked like a kraken. He just
Yeah. The choreography in this movie is fantastic.
That was one of the hypest moments in there, I feel like. Noah, you should have a hype scene in there.
The first, I don't know, like 15 minutes of the whole movie was great. I was like, from the opening scene with just them, that water is beautiful. I was like, did they animate that water? Is that from all the way to them fighting the first kaiju until what's his name getting lost? It was amazing. I was like, yo, if they keep this tone for the whole movie, this movie may be goated. But
Isaac, what about you?
I think my favorite moment would probably be. It was this one small moment. It's actually kind of also one of my dislikes about the movie, and it's just a personal thing because I have thalassophobia, and I feel like I have to bring this up every time we talk about something that's underwater. So like the one part where the main character and the little girl fell in the water, and the red monster was just sitting there looking at them underwater, and then it slowly sank into the darkness of the water, and it just kind of disappeared. That part was so cool, and at the same time, it gave me such extreme anxiety. I had to pause the movie for a little bit.
Yeah, that part was.
I was like, that is incredible. At the same time, I want to cry just a little bit.
Like, there were some parts of the movies I was like, oh my god. Like when they first found Blue, and I was like, oh my god, if it talks, I'm gonna hate. If it talks, I'm gonna hate this. If it talks,
Yeah.
It never
And
talked.
it didn't talk.
Like, yes.
I was like, oh, thank God.
That Down syndrome dog fish.
Yeah. And then even big thing with what was the big beast called? Red.
Yeah.
Red, yeah.
Please, Red, don't talk. Red, don't talk. Red, don't talk.
Yeah.
Man,
I also would say this felt very reminiscent to Kong versus Godzilla when the giant crab popped up and fought Red. The whole thing, though, for those who like Dragon Ball Abridged, there's a part in Dragon Ball Abridged in the Frieza saga when it's like, oh, what happened to Bulma? And you see her in this robot fighting giant crab. Yeah, giant crab. That's what I was thinking the whole time. I also was thinking, there's this game. It's weird as hell, but you fight with crabs and they have weapons. Like you can
Fight crab. Yeah.
The whole time I was like, if this crab pulls out a mace, I'ma lose my shit.
I also part I was praying it didn't happen. I didn't want the beast to be like, yo, I made friends with humans. I'm not gonna fight humans no more. I like when she saw that shit, it went back into her.
And she went off.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack this shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad it didn't lose that. It still act like it was a beast because that's what it is. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it. It didn't try to make it friendly, you know. It made it seem like, you know, even though it's a beast, it's still a creature, but it's not like has human feelings. You know what I mean?
But like at the same time, the reason why that happened though was because that's just her name. When she see boats like that, they normally attack her.
That's what I just like that. Even though she was with, she still had that. You know, it just didn't like disappear, go away. Yeah, that's what I really liked. I'm just glad it kept the tone set in the beginning throughout the.
She got even more mad when when they shot the cannon at him and Maisie got hurt. She got even more mad right there.
Yeah, I like the relationship between what's the guy's name? Jacob. When at first he wasn't helping Maisie.
Yeah.
Take the steals out the back.
Yeah.
I was like, dang man, the movie was great. I really did enjoy it. Before we get to the negative. I have nothing negative to say about the movie. I really don't have.
You don't?
I really can't think of nothing. No, it was good. I couldn't. All the stuff I didn't want to happen, it didn't happen. So I don't have nothing bad to say.
Isaac, do you feel the same way?
Yeah. I mean, like, really, the only negative thing is I wish we could have seen more monsters. Because I thought the monster designs in the movie were great too. So
yeah.
I wish we got a little bit more backstory on that. I mean, because I know they had a book, quote unquote, and it was more on the line of Maisie used that book to expose the royal family and everything like that. But I wanted to know like where these sea beasts came from. Why is this world half sea beasts and everything like that? I also wanted to know a little bit more about Jacob's backstory too. because he was just as much of a main character as Maisie was, and we didn't get.
Right.
We only got it like in the first 2 minutes, and you saw him shipwreck. Why was it? Was his ship even a ship that was prepared to fight sea beasts? What sea beast actually destroyed his ship? Was it the red, big red? I don't think so. That was more of a. And then the other thing that kind of sucked is when they went to see the witch. They introduced a magical element, and we didn't do anything else with that. I would dock points with that. Even with the whole spear thing like that, like nothing really happened, and we didn't even like we got this new character that showed up, which is pretty interesting. Like who has like maybe these mystical powers. We don't dwell on that. It's almost like, yep, this is here. All right, bye. And it was more like that.
Yeah, it felt like this was definitely a. I don't know if this could spawn, sequels or anything like that, but this definitely felt like a test movie, if you want to put it that way. Like they presented us with all these different elements in this one movie to be like, this is what this world is capable of, but this movie has to work first before we can, start explaining the rest of it. So, I mean, I don't know if I would want a sequel to this, but I wouldn't turn it down if they did announce it. So,
no.
I was. What was your question? I was about to say.
Just a negative or anything like that.
No, negative. I wouldn't call it a negative, I guess, because when I was watching, I was like, because in the beginning, my favorite part is just like the first 15 minutes with the opening water to them fighting the first kaiju we saw. Let's say, like, I was thinking, I wanted the movie kind of like, the girl wants to hunt monsters.
Yeah.
Because that's what her parents did. They got took by a monster. I wanted the movie to be like, she thinks it's gonna be fun and stuff, but then she sees the real dangers of fighting these creatures. Yeah. And the movie keeps that tone of them, like, people dying, like the grittiness that they had.
Yeah.
That I would have loved it. It would have been goated for. But they went into a family type thing. It's good. I still love it.
I figured they were going to, when she got introduced and ran into Jacob at the bar and everything like that, and she stowed away on the ship, I figured they were going to show like a few scenes of her on the ship, and then there was gonna time skip to make her older. And and then do the whole love for, like, because in her head, I think it would have been a better story where if she got older and she'd been fighting monsters for like the past 7 years or whatnot, it probably would have been harder for her to change or to accept that. But at the same time, I get that that's what was Jacob was for, because he was been fighting monsters since he was a kid and everything like that. What do you guys think about the villain? The villain wasn't weak. Or, I wouldn't say he's a villain. He's more like an antagonist. Captain Ahab. He's not Captain Ahab.
I mean, he's close enough to it. I mean, as Moby Dick is my favorite book anyway, so I like the Captain Ahab type characters. So I really liked him. And I like the royal family and their douchebag captain dude who wants to build this massive ship because he thinks it's going to take down monsters. I don't know what it is about watching smug people in monster movies get their comeuppance and like get destroyed easily, but it's one of my favorite things. And watching Red tear through his ship towards the end of the movie was so satisfying to watch. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, the captain said, he was like, man, that ship isn't gonna last.
Yeah, it's not gonna do anything.
She ripped through that like toilet paper. That ship was massive too, but she ripped through that like it was just nothing.
And that was something I really like too about that scene, because usually in any other movie, I feel like the monster would have a hard time, because like what happens shortly after that is they capture Red and they take her to the royal capital and everything. Usually Red would be knocked out by that big ship. They would show like how powerful the ship is. But this time they were just like, no, the monster is still more powerful than the ship. They have to resort to some sort of, mysticism to knock out the monster and then take it.
Well, it was a competition. It was supposed to be a competition.
Yeah.
Do y'all feel like the crowd was swayed way too easily by this little girl? I think
the crowd already didn't like the royal family. That's what I feel like.
What about you, Noah? You feel like the crowd was swayed too?
I guess not, because I didn't think it didn't bother me. Yeah, it didn't bother me.
So y'all like the ending? So the ending worked for y'all?
Yeah, it was good. Tell you, I have no real problem.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie.
Did y'all like the characters? Any favorite character of yours?
I think I like the what's her name?
Maisie?
No, not Maisie. The black woman. The ship.
Oh, the second in command.
She commands. Yeah, I want to say her name, but I can't think. I think I liked her character. I feel like she could have had her own movie and what, like the history she had and stuff.
I think her name was Sarah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I did like her character. She was dope.
Isaac, was there any characters that you like?
This feels kind of basic, but I really like Jacob, so.
It's okay, man. He's a good character.
I like the giant crab. Giant crab. I'm glad Bluey left too. I'm glad he left. I was like, man, this could get annoying, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
He was there because he was the mascot. He had to be the cute mascot. As we wind it down right here, what are you giving this out of 10? And is this a recommend, Noah?
I'm going to give it. I would recommend it. It was a good movie.
Wait, you cut out. Wait, what did you say you gave it?
I was giving it a 9.
A 9?
A 9, yeah. I'll give it a 9. It was a great movie. I have no complaints. I don't think it had that little to make it a 10, to make it really special. But it was a great movie. I'm going to give it a...
Isaac, what are you giving it?
I'd give it a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll give it an 8. I'd have to give it an 8. Because, it's not a bad movie, and it would be something I might rewatch or watch with my nephew or whatnot. But there's things that they kind of set up, and there was no payoff. They're just yeah.
I'm going to say this real quick. I think if I saw this in theaters, it would have been to see the first 15 minutes.
You said a 10?
Yeah, I would have gave it a 10.
I was about to ask y'all that before we close off. Do you think this would have did well in theaters?
I don't know.
I don't know. But if I seen that first 15 minutes in theaters, it would have been a 10.
Okay.
But it's a 9, which is not.
Cool. My next question was going to be, do you think this movie is hurt because it's on Netflix?
Nah, it didn't.
I don't think so, no.
People watch it. It was in the top 10. It was a good.
On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 94, 93 right now.
Really? Yeah, that's good. Yeah. It was good.
There you go.
Well, down below.
See, real quick, it may have been hurt, if we're in theaters. Because, just because, we know movies that did movies. Treasure Planet, Atlantis, those are great movies. They just didn't do good in theaters, so it may help being on streaming service. That's all.
Down below, do you agree with us? Do you think this would have been? Is this hurt by being on Netflix? how well it would have did in the box office and theaters and all that other jazz. Did you like this movie? Tell us down below. What was your favorite parts, favorite characters, and all that other jazz? If you could, give us a like for this video. And tell your friends, family, subscribe. Help us get to at least 200 subscribers, please.
Sound good.
Small goals.
We appreciate that. As we always say, gentlemen.
These French fries are good, man. Well,
Show your attitude. Wonderful. Beautiful.
are these fresh?